Hi, Grandpa.
Hello there, little Timmy. How are you?
I'm swell. I'm just studying for my exam on 2020, and I was hoping you could help me out.
Of course. Tell me, Jimmy, just what part of 2020 are you studying?
November 1st through 14th.
Ah, yes, the election. What do you want to know about it?
Just what happened in the 2020 election?
Yes, that's a big one. Have you studied the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, that was after impeachment and the Australian wildfires, just before the murder hornets and the California wildfires.
Ah, see, you've got that mixed up. The virus was already known in December of 2019, hence the name COVID-19. It was even picked up by US intelligence. The World Health Organization reported on it as a source of concern the first week of January. And of course, it continued.
Okay, so what did President Trump do back at the beginning?
He tweeted about how it was under control and people were blowing it out of proportion. Then I think he went golfing.
Wait, what's tweeting?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. So how did this play out in the elections? I mean, after the virus started killing people, he clearly had to change his position and get serious.
Well, Johnny, you would think that. But remember, President Trump and his supporters had built a lot of momentum from saying things that were wrong and outrageous, but got attention and sounded good to them. This was his base. People who treated policy as a culture war. So instead of walking back and endorsing the experts, President Trump and his supporters doubled down, saying that states with public health orders needed to be liberated.
Jeepers. So, what happened?
Well, at that time, it was very easy to live in a world where the only news you got was from people who thought like you. So a lot of folks just heard what they already thought about the virus and the government response, which led people further apart even on basic facts. You had one group of people out at rallies and cramming to vote in person because they think it's safe, and another group doing everything remotely and voting by mail because they know it isn't.
But did it matter in the end? I mean, the virus still killed people, and President Trump lost.
Yes, but it sickened and killed more people who listened to the president. The election itself was closer than most people predicted. The Republicans, President Trump's party, actually outperformed polls because their voters were motivated to show up. The president lost, but he was ahead on election night, which was a much bigger thing back in those days, because the people who supported him voted in person instead of absentee.
So, what effect did this election result have?
I don't want to get too far ahead of your exam, but basically it made the transition a nightmare. The fact that different parties voted in different formats made a lot of people, mostly Trump supporters, suspicious of fraud, despite being the most watched and monitored election in history. The Senate election in Georgia turned out to be close enough to require a runoff to decide which party would eventually control the Senate, which I'm sure you'll get to in your class. Most importantly, the virus and the election split Democrats and Republicans even more deeply than before. A lot of people hoped that the election would be the first step towards recovering national unity.
But it wasn't. Well, I guess that answers my questions. Thanks for the help.
No problem, Bobby. Good luck on your exam.
Thanks. Bye, Grandpa.